The question is, do I need software to run my business? Well, I'll try to remain as impartial on this answer as I can, but obviously we think so, considering that we own lawnservicesoftware.com and we sell software to build lawn care companies. So clearly we think so, but let me just tell you my background and tell you how we've used software. When I first started the business, and I will tell you that before I started the lawn care business, I had a software background, and so I knew about software and I knew what it could do for a business. So when I started the business, we had a software package within about the first month or two because we were keeping our accounts in a spreadsheet, and it just was, and then we would have to manually enter that information into QuickBooks and bill the account. It was really just a pain. So I don't know how you can function without at least having something very, very basic that'll allow you to keep up with your schedules and remember what the schedule should be, and then allow you to produce a route sheet and then allow you to bill that work. I don't think you have to start out using QuickBooks. I actually like using QuickBooks or some type of an accounting package like that, but I firmly believe you could start out just with a really, really basic solution that'll just do your scheduling, your routing, and your billing. I'd like, if you were buying something, it would be nice to buy something that either can do it or can upgrade to importing all of that information right into QuickBooks. I actually think that's incredibly important. And I recommend you use QuickBooks for an accounting package in the lawn care business. So I don't see how you can function without technology. Now, as you work your way up to a bigger company, and what I would encourage when you're picking your software solution is to figure out what kind of company do you want to be. Think about the future. Maybe today you don't think you ever want to be a big company. Maybe today you think I only want to make $100,000 a year in gross profit and maybe net 50 or 40,000 of that, or a little bit more if you're doing the work. But you may change your mind down the road. You may have bigger ambitions, and even if all you're going to do is 100 in gross revenue, you really want to build an organization, you really want to have a software package that will help you, it will do as much of the work for you as possible. Now, I'd encourage you to build a bigger business, because then you've got something sustainable that if you ever get hurt, if something bad ever happens, if you ever want to go on vacations, if you ever want to be free of the business, if you ever want to sell it, then that's doable. But you've got to build a bigger business to do that. So from day one, I would buy a technology solution that will grow with your business as you grow. You really can't afford to go out and spend a tremendous amount of money in the beginning on software. So I would look at something you can get into for relatively inexpensive amount of money. I'd probably recommend something you can just pay for on a monthly basis, that company will fully manage it for you, where you're not having to install software and you're not having to buy computers, because really the key when you're starting a business is to keep your expenditures as low as possible. And then as you grow in a bigger business, I think you really want a software package that's very predictable, meaning you're going to spend this amount of money every month to have it, and that you're not going to have to randomly go buy new computers or go buy new anything. You want some predictability in your expenditure. So I think it's good to have a solution that you can just pay for on a monthly basis. But you want a solution that will grow with you through all levels of your company. Even if you want to go to the 10 or 20 or $30 million mark, which I realize there's a very small number of landscape companies at those prices, or lawn maintenance companies at those prices as well, or at those revenue numbers. But you need a system that could take you to $1 million or $2 or $3 or $4 if that were your ambition. And if you have a system like that you can grow with, that will cost you more money as you need more functionality, I think you're on the right track. I would really encourage you, based on the direction that technology is going and business is going, to use a solution that's available through the internet, that you can access from anywhere, that you can access from your trucks. I really think that's critical. We were running our business that way 4 years ago, 100% through the internet before it was popular. I can't tell you the difference it made. So when you're considering software, some things that you absolutely need, you need a piece of software that's going to do your routing, your scheduling, your invoicing. Our business model is to charge our clients credit cards after we perform the work. I think you need a piece of software that will automatically charge credit cards. As you grow, you need a piece of software that will manage your calls, all the call history. That'll keep track of it if you run a call center. That'll handle that. And when I say a call center, that can mean you have one individual working in your office and 2 stay-at-home moms working from their home. And that could be your call center, but you need some way to manage all of that. You need a system that will automate a lot of the functions. What happens when a new client comes into your office? What does that mean? Does that or comes into your business and signs up for service? What does that kick off? What happens? Do they get a new welcome packet? Do they get assigned a special crew to go do the initial service? Do they get a thank you card? What happens? And then once you've identified what should happen, have the system automate that for you and handle as much of it as it can itself, and then tell the appropriate people to do the steps that need to be done manually. I'd have a system that would stay on top of all of your marketing and handle that for you. I would have a system that could job cost every one of your accounts for you. I'd have a system that can just track and handle everything, that can tell you where your crews are at any moment, that you can give your guys a mobile phone with a data plan on it, and you can track where they're at by job, and you can give them routing instructions. You can see on a map where they are throughout the day. I'd have a system that could automatically route all your yards. So every time you get a new yard, system automatically routes it for the optimal route and sends it over to the foreman's phone. I would have a job that could manage work orders if you're in the landscape business, and punch lists. I'd have a job that could, or a software package that could do inventory, that could automatically do email marketing to your clients, that could automatically do offline marketing to your clients. I would look at something of that magnitude. Maybe you don't need all that now, but something that could do that. Because when you buy a technology solution and you want to move to a bigger solution down the road, it is really frustrating to try to get all of your data out of your old solution and move it to the new company's solution. You usually lose a lot of data because they can't get some of the history out there, or that company whose software package you were using, they wouldn't share or export the information so you could get into your new solution. So it is frustrating, and it does create downtime to move to a new solution. But if the software is compelling enough, you absolutely want to do it. But when you make the move to a package that you know is going to grow with you and it's going to serve your needs no matter where your business goes. So the right technology solution will so greatly simplify your life. And so I think day one, establish your business properly, lay a good foundation for your business, implement a basic technology solution, and it will just make everything so much easier. Here is the last thing to think about. With the technology solution that manages your schedules, that manages the jobs that need to be done, that can easily track a request from a client when they ask for a new service, how many jobs would you no longer forget to do? How many jobs would you do on time? If the system could automatically bill your clients, how much faster would they be billed, and how much faster would you get your money? If the system could help you stay on top of collections, how much money would you not lose? Those are the kind of questions to ask. So really, regardless of the amount of money you're going to spend on technology, I have found that when you implement a technology solution, one that actually works, it will save you so much time. It'll help you perform your jobs on time. It'll make your people more accountable. It will help you make sure you get the jobs done your customers ask for, and you get them done as frequently as they ask for them. It'll make sure you don't forget anything, skip anything. And all that all produces more revenue. It all prevents you from losing revenue. So just those little changes, improvements in your business will generally pay for whatever software system it is that you choose to put in place. So start from day one with the software solution. Pick one that'll grow with you. You will not regret it.